What up, man? I'm DD, and this is DD Got a Point, one of the newest yet fastest growing YouTube channels on the platform. The goal is to be up 10,000 subscribers by next month, 50,000 subscribers by the summertime, and 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is a reality, but it is only a reality if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with the video. Thank you all so much for your help. Now let's get into the video. So I have a theory, and before y'all hop in the comment section and demonize me, just hear me out. So I'm watching the Luka game, the return to Dallas last night, and it was very, very heartwarming and very heartfelt. You know, Luka cried because this is very personal to him, right? This was the team he was drafted by, his welcoming to America. You know, he's built so many memories in Dallas. And the trade caught him off guard just like it did with the rest of the world. And I think the tears last night was confirmation that it literally caught Luka off guard. But you know who I don't think it caught off guard, that being the trade? LeBron James. And a lot of people, obviously, there's the conspiracy theories out there that LeBron knew about it and all this and the third. But I'll be honest, it was something about last night's game for me personally that confirmed to me that LeBron, that Negro definitely has something to do with that trade. Listen, everything in this video is alleged. I don't have the smoking gun that can 100% prove it one way or the other. I'm telling you what my intuitions, what my spirit, and what my experience told me after watching last night's game. First and foremost, Luka scored 45 points. That was beautiful to watch. Even though I don't personally like that style of basketball, which is kind of how Luka plays anyways. And the style I'm talking about is the way they played the game last night is very similar, and it reminds me a lot of Kobe's last game, which, by the way, I'm not a big fan of. Kobe is my favorite player of all time, by the way, but I'm not the biggest fan of his 60-point game. I mean, it's great for narrative, it's great to reflect on, it's great for nostalgia, but as far as like the game itself, it's just not the way you're supposed to play basketball. It's not a great flow of the game. You're forcing it. You're looking for Kobe every time down the floor, which means you're disregarding your teammates. You're not playing team ball. There's no chemistry that's being built. There's no camaraderie on the court. It's all about Kobe Bryant. And I understand with all of the narrative, everything that's happened, it's going to make sense why people will go through Luka, why you want Luka to have big numbers in his return. And even though Luka was 16 for 28, he shot the ball 28 times, but he was very efficient. I believe he was 7 for 10 from the three-point line. But if you actually watched the game, every time Luka got the ball, he was looking to score the ball. Like he was looking to almost force it, and if the shot wasn't there, he'll like pivot and pass it back out to one of his teammates. And then he'll try to come right back and get the ball. I just don't like that style of basketball. Whether he's his return to Dallas or whether they're in Milwaukee or all the way in Boston, it's not a beautiful way to watch the game, in my opinion. But back to LeBron. I'm watching the game last night and I'm saying to myself, LeBron is such an attention seeker to me. Like I'm not even on the train of bashing LeBron. Again, that's not what this channel is going to be about. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. When it's necessary to criticize a person, whether it's their game or their behavior, we're going to do that over here. But this isn't a LeBron hater channel. Because you notice, like, whenever LeBron plays well, all of these folks that spends their time nonstop criticizing LeBron, they never talk about those games, which LeBron played very well last night. He did a great job. They beat a team they were supposed to beat. The game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But I'm watching the game, and I couldn't help but to think to myself, LeBron has been through this before with his return to Cleveland a couple of times, and I just personally believe that LeBron thought well ahead of time that he'd be a part of this narrative. He's there to console Luka. Like if you watch, then they had the cameras on Luka and LeBron when they hugged after the tribute video when Luka was crying. He gave, Luka this heartfelt. I'm like, bro, even if the attention is on Luka, by default, the attention is also going to be on LeBron as well. And it also makes me feel a little bit weird as well, make me look at LeBron as a master manipulator. Because when you look at Anthony Davis, who reportedly found out, just like we did, out of the blue, that they traded him. So much, in fact, that he shared it. According to Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis hopped in their basketball group chat and was like, they traded me. Simple as that. They traded me. And Austin Reeves was like, F up out of here. I don't believe you. But I guarantee you LeBron knew. I just personally believe, let's look at LeBron's history. Because if you look at LeBron's history, it paints a picture of a person where it makes the most sense that LeBron would absolutely know and signed off on this trade. In 2017, reports emerged suggesting that LeBron James advocated for the Cleveland Cavaliers to trade for his close friend Carmelo Anthony, even if it meant parting ways with Kevin Love. If you all remember, this was during the time that, obviously LeBron was playing with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving at the time, and Kevin Love's play had decreased over time. I know he was dealing with some injuries here and there, and he just wasn't quite the player that he was when he first came to the Cavaliers. So, of course, LeBron publicly dismissed these claims as trash, denying any involvement in such trade discussions. But I personally believe, like a lot of other people, that there's merit to these claims. Same year, after Kyrie Irving requested a trade from the Cavaliers, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith reported that Irving believed LeBron was responsible for leaking the request to the media, potentially to sway public opinion. While this remains speculative, it added tension to their relationship. And I think that this was part of the reason that Kyrie Irving felt that LeBron James was behind this, was because LeBron James did not want Kyrie Irving to leave. And because Kyrie Irving was tired of playing under LeBron's shadow, as we all remember the infamous interview where they asked Kyrie Irving this crazy question, insinuating that LeBron was like a dad to Kyrie Irving.
Tristan called LeBron a great father after the Chicago game. What? Yes, he did.
Great father. Oh, a great father.
Father.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, my bad. I interpreted that completely wrong.
Okay.
I thought you said he was a great father to him. I was like, what?
Called him a great father. So what type of parental role has he played for you and your teammates, LeBron?
Oh, okay. So you. Parental role. Honestly, I'm. He's. I don't know how to really answer that question. He's been a great leader for us. I have one father. That's my dad, Drederick Irving.
Which, speaking of 2017, in the 2017-2018 NBA season, the Cleveland Cavaliers traded Dwayne Wade back to the Miami Heat. Reports indicated that the Cavaliers front office consulted LeBron James before finalizing the trade, given his close friendship with Wade. LeBron reportedly agreed that the decision was fair and supported Wade's return to Miami. Now, a lot of people may look at this and say, well, that's not a big deal. But it kind of is a big deal, because the question is, what would have happened if LeBron did not sign off on it? Would Dwayne Wade have been able to go back to the Miami Heat under the same circumstances? Then in 2018, when Tyson Chandler was bought out by the Phoenix Suns and subsequently signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, rumors circulated that LeBron had influenced the Suns' decision through his relationship with then Suns executive James Jones, who was a former teammate of LeBron James. This move was seen as bolstering the Lakers roster with a veteran presence that they were missing, that they felt would be necessary to make a championship run. And then, of course, in 2019, during the Lakers' pursuit of Anthony Davis, numerous young players were mentioned in trade rumors publicly. Reports indicated that this led to a breakdown in trust between LeBron and his teammates, who believed he was orchestrating the trade efforts behind the scenes. Then in 2021, LeBron was once again reportedly instrumental in the Lakers' decision to trade for Russell Westbrook, a move that later faced criticism due to his fit issues. An anonymous NBA general manager suggested that LeBron often pushes for certain acquisitions but distances himself when they don't yield the desired results. And I know he's been facing that criticism for years. And of course, that brings us to 2025. In a surprising move, the Lakers traded for Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks. Speculation arose that LeBron had influenced this decision, but he vehemently denied any involvement, expressing frustration over the accusations. And here's where I am with this. Think about it, guys. It just so happens that the year following Luka Doncic's and the Dallas Mavericks NBA Finals appearance against the Boston Celtics, the year that he drugged his team, because Luka wasn't even fully healthy, the year that he was able to pull that off, all of a sudden, this massive trade happens. Poof, it just happens. It's not like they just traded Luka anywhere. They traded Luka to the Los Angeles Lakers. How lucky, LeBron. What a coincidence, LeBron. You seem to be at the hands, at the receiving end, involved, a part of some of the biggest trades in the past 20 years. And arguably the biggest trade in NBA history also happens to involve LeBron James. And a lot of people say, but why would they do that? Anthony Davis is a solid player, both offensively and defensively. Yeah. And they also got beat by the Denver Nuggets 2 years in a row. One of those years, getting beat very, very badly. While the games were very close, the record didn't reflect that. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, you're saying, well, we got Anthony Davis, one of the best shot blockers, one of the best defensive players in the league, one of the best offensive players in the league, which makes him at the top of the list as one of the best two-way players in the league, and we still can't stop this team right here. Coming into this next season, I think we're going to run into the same problem. Not to mention that Anthony Davis is injury prone. I love Luka. Luka has been on public record saying that I'm his favorite player of all time. What would that look like? To not only play with my son, but to bring Luka over here. Because maybe we don't even need as big of a presence in the paint. Maybe we need a person like Luka who just torched every team throughout the Western Conference on his way to an NBA Finals appearance. What if I had that guy on my team? What if I had that guy? And a lot of people don't even know that back in 2010 when LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh teamed up together, obviously, for their few years that they were together in Miami, it was originally supposed to be LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. It was supposed to be a different Chris. But these reports right here, which is why I'm sort of sharing this at the end of the video, these reports aren't exactly official, right? They're unconfirmed to be if they're true or not. But what they're saying is, what they're reporting, what some reports allege, is that the reason why this pairing did not take place is because Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade both wore the number 3, and neither one of them were willing to give the number up. Which sounds like a very silly reason, sounds like a very easy fix, but obviously that didn't happen. But we also know that LeBron James made that trade super public, so it's not like anything about that was secretive, outside of the fact that that's when everybody found out about it. Nonetheless, my ultimate point is, I was just watching the game last night, and I couldn't help but to think, I really think LeBron James had something to do with this trade. And I think it's moments like this. I think he craves this type of attention. He likes to be seen as the hero. He's really big with the narrative. And if he's secretly behind the scenes trading who he considers to be a real friend in real life, Anthony Davis, behind Anthony Davis's back, he's smart enough to know how to remove himself 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6, 7 people away from the move itself so they can't even attach him to it. He's smart enough, his team is smart enough to know how to pull that off. And I personally, I'm only speculating here, that I think LeBron James had something to do with it for moments like this. Because Anthony Davis couldn't get over the hump and couldn't show that he was willing to lead the team, or at least be healthy enough and have that dog in him consistently enough to lead the team. But he looked over there at that man in Dallas and he said, not only did he make it to the finals, but he's playing with my ex-teammate Kyrie Irving. I want to be a part of that. I want to pull that off. And LeBron just seemed like the type to do something like that. Y'all up in the comment section, let me know what you think about this. It's all speculation, but these are my thoughts. I'm Demetrius. I go by Didi. That's all for this, man. Until next time. Peace. Oh, yeah. Didi got a point.